Hello everyone, welcome to my first Sports Talk video on my new channel for YouTube. This is Nick Sports Talk. Welcome. Just to cover really quickly what this channel is going to be covering, mainly I'm going to be focusing on NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA. But I'll also be covering NCAA and a little bit of soccer and possibly hockey in the future. But today, the main sports topic in the sports world today, Hines Ward is to be released by the Pittsburgh Steelers after a 14-year career starting in 1998 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, heading up all the way until this year, 2011, when the Steelers' season ended against the Denver Broncos. Ward is, at this point in time, is the Steelers' all-time leading receptions leader, receiving yardage leader, as well as touchdowns leader. He's obviously a very decorated and accomplished Pittsburgh Steeler, one of the greater Pittsburgh Steelers of all time, and arguably you could say he's one of the top receivers in Pittsburgh Steelers history. Now, on the business side of things, I can understand where a lot of people are coming from when looking at this and looking at why the Steelers had to do this. Ward was due a $4 million roster bonus or salary in 2012, and the Steelers felt like they needed to be spending money elsewhere. They're about a reported $11 million over the cap, which is obviously not where they want to be, and dropping Ward is the best thing that they can do at this point in time. He's 35 years old. Production has dropped off the past 4 or 5 years. As you can see, I think in the past 3 years, he has not eclipsed 1,000 yards, and this is partially due, I think, to age, but I also think his lack of playing time has been due to the emergence of players like Mike Wallace and Antonio Brown, youngsters that are really emerging with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I just look at this as far as business. There's no question that the Pittsburgh Steelers organization is forever indebted to what Hines Ward did for this organization. I don't think there's any question that there's no value in that, but there is always going to be a business side to the NFL. I think 20, 30 years ago, he would have very easily retired with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but in today's NFL, in the 2000s, in the 21st century, to be honest, I think a lot of teams, you see players not ending their careers with teams that they had spent an extended period of time with, a vast majority of their careers with. You see it with a lot of players. Peyton Manning is going to be breaking the long marriage that he's had with the Indianapolis Colts since, 1998. He's going to be going most likely to another team. You also see it with players like Brett Favre, who spent a long portion of his career with the Green Bay Packers and then moved on to the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. So you see it a lot more in today's NFL. It's as much of a financial move as it is just a player move in this situation. I think it's in the best interest of the Pittsburgh Steelers to move on from this. Production has been down the past 5 years, and he's due $4 million next season, and it's smart for them to let him go, because as much as he's done for this organization, they've got to move on, and they've got to deal with the cap situation that they're facing this season. They want to resign guys like Mike Wallace, who's a restricted free agent and could hit the market. If they're still over the cap, they will not be able to afford re-signing him. So the Steelers are making this move as far as worrying about their team in the long run, and let's be honest, they're going to be losing longtime veterans in the next few years, because this is an aging team like many other teams in the NFL. And so they're going to have to start moving forward, and you're going to see a lot of teams doing this offseason, letting go longtime players. Like I referenced Peyton Manning, the same kind of situation is most likely going to transpire with the Indianapolis Colts. So I think it's a good move by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think you can't discount what he's done for this organization, but it's time for the Steelers to move on, and it's time for Hines Ward to find work elsewhere or retire. That's all I've got today. and hopefully I'll be hitting you guys back up with something very soon. Thanks for watching.